Hello everyone and welcome to Civilization VII. That's right, it's coming out on the 11th of February. This video is a little bit early because we got special early access because this video is sponsored by 2K. Thank you very, very much. There is a link in the description you can check out if you want to pick it up. But this is our first look. I'm joined by Duncan. Hello.
Hello.
Rithian. Hello.
Hello, hello, hello.
And the Spiffing Brit.
Hello.
One of us has played the game a little bit.
I wonder if you can tell.
It's the funniest intro screen ever, where like three people are like level 1, a new age, and at the bottom you see Exalted Emperor, fancy image, level 34, a crown, and it's like,
so
okay, lovely.
One of us went to see this in America and has had it for months and has played thousands of hours. One of us got it last night, which is me, and two of us got it this morning.
I've never loaded this game before.
I've never moved a unit in this game.
Honestly, I've not even watched Potato's videos because I've been like holding off on.
I wanted to be coming in completely fresh. This is never
no
before.
Spoilers.
No, all I know is what they announced like months ago.
Yeah, same guys. I also got that memo. I didn't just finish like creating a 40-page document about every single modifier in the game last night.
Jesus Christ.
It's all brand new to me.
That's perfect because you could answer all of our questions, and if you don't know any of the answers to our questions, you will realise that you are in fact embarrassed by those.
And I'll start crying, and I'll have to hold my head in shame.
Oh my goodness, the game looks great.
It looks totally different. So it's, again, I find it crazy that
I
they
thought it'd be way more
reinvent.
cartoony than this, but it's not at all.
They reinvent the wheel every time they make a new Civ game. It's like they start from scratch.
I don't think this is the finished UI either. I think the UI is also getting another update before or soon after release, especially the mini-map.
There's definitely a few temporary things.
So, big first tip for all of you. In the bottom left, there's that little search glass. You can click it and turn on the yields, which I strongly recommend.
This tile has happiness.
Yeah.
What does that mean? This one has culture.
Yeah, they made it so that all tiles start with like a base of at least like 2 yields, I think, excluding resource tiles. I think there's a couple that have 1, but basically the logic was deserts aren't as useless as they were in Civ VI.
Flat grassland just has 1 food.
Yeah, flat desert is 1 production, 1 happiness.
Oh my God,
I'm gonna do the classic thing. I just found where I start. Let's just do it.
Yep, I'm just dropping my city down where I spawned as well.
On a river. It's
usually it's okay. Now, always,
Sound city.
You guys should know it's like the double scout opener. There's no reason to do anything else.
This is gonna sound weird, but I really like how the movement feels. For some reason, that feels really nice. It's a weird thing to say, but
Riffy, you don't have to give them the most basic compliments in the universe.
Where's my starting warrior?
There is no starting warrior. There's no builders.
Oh my God.
You place your city and you get a special thing where you can build either a scout or a warrior, and they both only take 1 turn. Yeah, normally after that...
Oh, I have a unique scout. Jaguar Slayer.
Yeah, it's really strong. Really
Leave
good.
those jaguars alone. I've got a scout. Okay.
Yes.
Right.
Okay. Same. Right. So scouts have some abilities as well at the bottom. Provided they haven't used up all their movement, they can use the search ability, which is very, very powerful and will reveal various goodie huts. Although they're no longer called goodie huts, and there's various different varieties.
They were never called goodie huts.
What do you mean? They were always called goodie huts.
They were always called tribal villages or something, though. Then again, it was different again in every Civ, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was like ancient ruins, and then it was like tribal villages, Ooh, iron, okay.
Let's make a granary.
So the tech tree is quite short, Spiff.
Yes, the tech tree is basically just for this age. If you reach the end of the tech tree, you can smash the future tech multiple times, and that gives you some advantages, but it also brings the end of this age closer. So sometimes if you are basically succeeding so far and your civilization is so advanced, you drag people along with you into the next age. And we all move to the next stage at the same time, which is quite important. But when it comes to most technologies, you have a basic technology, and then beneath it is a mastery technology, which gives you some modifiers, but you don't have to research it to move on to the next tech.
Right,
Mastery
But you might want to, because it might help your build. The civic tree is also very similar with masteries as well.
Grow city.
So yeah, your city grows, and this is where you place down your building. So if you've got trees, it will build like a woodcutter. If you've got like flat land, it will build a farm. If you have any bonus resources, I recommend either expanding towards them or expanding on top of them, because you can then slot the resources inside of your city for an advantage. So I've picked up some cotton, and that's given my city +2 food and +2
What was that lumber mill do I just did?
It will just give +1 production at the moment because it's pretty basic. But
To the tile or to the city?
Onto the tile, which then feeds into the city.
Interesting.
This is crazy. Like, it's crazy different. It's crazy. Like, it's almost like they've just gone back to basics, started and built an entire new Civ game from the ground up. That's what it feels like.
This seems nice so far. I'm liking the just kind of building out these tiles.
I like the growing city part, basically. That's nice.
So the two different things is you can't build any buildings in your city.
Yes.
Everything is built outside, effectively. So you've got this option to build a granary right at the start. That has to go outside the city.
Yes, and if you can place the granary on top of a building you've already placed down, like a farm. If you do that, the population is lifted up off the farm, and you can replace it down. This is a way you can rapidly expand your borders. Yeah,
I see.
It's a trick that I know Potato likes to use in order to stretch
say that again.
So you know how you put down that farm, well, that woodcutter. If you then place a granary, you can place it on top of that woodcutter, which then, once the granary is built, it's there, but the woodcutter doesn't have a job anymore, so you can then place him down somewhere else in your city.
So basically, the idea is that you get the improvement and you can put it down somewhere else.
What's the colour when I put down the granary? Why is it yellow and green?
So green, I think, is there's nothing underneath it. Yellow is there's something underneath it, so it will pick that up and you'll have to place it down again.
Right. +1 food on farms, pastures. Is there like adjacency bonuses and stuff for these things?
There are adjacency bonuses for buildings, yes, but I don't think the granary has an adjacency.
This one. No.
Okay.
So this is what's called a warehouse. Spiff, do you want to explain what that is?
Warehouses are unique buildings that you can place down on top of improvements, and they don't destroy the improvement. So different civilizations have different warehouses. I don't think many of us have any.
But the granary's a warehouse building.
It is kind of, yes. Yeah. But I think does it not destroy the farm that it's placed on? I'm pretty sure it destroys the farm.
I think the warehouse buildings just give +1 to all improvements of a specific type.
Yeah, that's it.
So I think warehouse buildings are like, granary gives +1 to all your farms, regardless of where they are. There's no adjacency bonus.
Yeah.
So if you've got a city with a load of farms on it, maybe you want to build your buildings, like your granary, on the rocks, so you have, all of those farms giving you loads and loads of food, you see? Does that make sense?
That does make sense.
They're focusing so hard trying to pay attention to
reading and stuff, so
It's all good. It's all good, guys. You're doing great.
So I'm getting animal husbandry now, so I get my saw pits better, right?
Yeah, I looked at that as well. Oh, hello.
Oh, Lewis, I found your border.
Nice.
I found that you've settled on the Grand Canyon.
I have. I've settled on the Grand Canyon, because I picked Isabella as my leader. Yep. She starts, her thing is, she gets 300 gold every time you discover a natural wonder.
Which is pretty OP, because you spawn next to one.
But I didn't get it, because I spawned next to it.
Yeah.
This is doubled if the natural wonder is in distant lands, which is an age 2 thing, which is going to be a while before we get to that. And we get extra tile yields from them. So I'm growing towards it currently.
Yes, it's you've got the Grand Canyon, which is +2 science on flat terrain in this settlement. However, Isabella's ability is only the tiles that are the natural wonder. So for you, that would be double +2 culture. So you 4 culture.
I think I'm OP, Spiff. I'm already getting like 6 science.
Isabella is pretty darn powerful. She's really good.
So I've run into scouts from 2 different villagers. From Karasupe and Longchang.
if you can find where they're at, you can start befriending them, and that will allow you to initiate various diplomatic actions that are.
Are they red bordered or not?
Yeah, if they're red borders, they'll try and kill you.
They are hostile, but they didn't decide to attack me for now.
Who's a civic? Oh god.
So yeah, in civics there are unique ones for your civ. There's a little tree of unique ones. So I've got a little Greek tree here, and there are regular ones. And so the ones that are unique to your civ are a little bit more expensive, but they are more interesting.
Yeah, of the main civic tree, the most important one to think about getting at some point is mysticism, because that gives you access to your pantheon. But for your nation civics, some of them are way more powerful than others, and I strongly recommend Riffian you go down yours and you build your unique district.
Okay.
It is the single most broken, overpowered thing in the entire game.
Sounds good to me.
Basically,
I can make the Great Wall.
The Great Wall is a really cool, unique tile improvement. It's very fun.
I'm gonna make that. That looks fun.
And then we have to choose a government, guys.
I'm just traveling around the river for a little bit of fun. I like it.
Yeah, picking a government is useful.
So the government basically is when you get kind of like a golden age bonus. That's what you'll get, a choice between those two things. So pick one of those and
social policy as well.
Put in some social policies. Yeah, so social policies again very similar to previous game.
So looks like culture is more of a resource early on. So is that what gives me the civics and stuff?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
And happy.
Is it really good or?
It is really good. Yeah, it's as important as science, if not. Yeah, I say it's actually equivalent to science. Yeah. But happiness is also being a resource is super duper critical, because you need happiness in order to have these celebrations, and so many celebrations are tied to really giving you a nice boost to tempo.
Right. Brickyard.
Nearly built my granary.
Same. I'm not that far away from it now.
I just finished mine this turn, but I went for it right after my Jaguar Slayer. But now I picked despotism, because that's the one that had the science bonus. Like, it sounds bad, but if it's got science, it's good.
Yeah. So when I get to my golden age, I'm going to be science in it.
So I'm thinking I'm going to
stay
pick
happy
enough.
I went classical republic.
Right.
Because I don't believe in despotism. I believe in culture and happiness and
sounds so nice.
Beautiful nature.
Or an oligarchy. My friends are hungry, I think.
So there are some buildings that need adjacency bonuses, I've noticed.
Yes.
Certain of them look like benefit from being next to mountains, or being next to coast, or being next to rivers. Certainly things like the market. However, some, like the granary, don't. So you can kind of plop those down wherever. You can also build 2 buildings in the same square.
Yes, and hex. if you have a unique quarter, you need to build your 2 unique buildings in the same square.
So
and
a quarter
if you don't get
is
the unique
when
quarter.
you build 2 buildings in the same hex.
Yeah.
So basically, if you look at the art of something, right, it has, you build a building in this hex, right, and it will have the art of whatever it is. But then the game's been built in quite a clever way, so you can build 2 buildings in the same square, and they'll share the square. They'll share the hex, so it'll be half granary, half sawmill, or whatever, or half villa, half temple, right? But if you have a unique one, like Spiff said, like Greece does actually, I've got these unique building. Oh, I think I have a unique one. Maybe I don't. But
yeah,
a couple
I think you
have
have a unique
ones.
district. Yeah.
And if I build both the Parthenol and the Odeon or whatever it is in the same hex, it will change into a different district that has different bonuses.
What's this like a luxury like Ivory do?
You can hover over it and it'll tell you. I think Ivory is increased wonder production of some kind.
Production towards wonders. Does my Great Wall count as a wonder?
No, that's just a building. Well, a unique improvement, I think, actually.
So I found a village, Karospe, and I could talk to it and say hello, but the options of like befriend independent or incite raid, they are grayed out as of yet. What do I need to do to make them available?
You need influence, which is the currency next to gold at the top.
I do have 70, which is more than the... Oh, it's 85. Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
It's hard to see with this grayed out, but okay.
No, it's all good. But influence is used for all diplomatic actions. So, for example, Lewis and I can, say, share some military secrets with each other. And basically, Lewis has 3 options when I send him that request. He can either support it, which costs him influence, and we both get +3 combat strength, or he can just accept it, which means I get +2 combat strength and he gets +2 gold per turn, or he can spend influence to deny that to me, and I don't get anything.
I get extra influence because I'm playing as
Greece.
Greece.
Yeah,
which gets
greasy
3 influence
boys.
per turn. So I will be sending you many things,
Yes.
many requests. I also get plus 30% towards building the Oracle, so I'm going to need to find that. And actually...
The Oracle is a very nice wonder. Very, very fun.
I am being attacked. How dare you, warriors of Carol Lupe?
Who's this scout?
What color is it?
Like black and red.
That is an angry native peoples. Well, angry village.
Why are they so angry?
They don't like you.
They're just mad. Big mad.
I never met them before. Why don't they like me?
Oh, they think you're stinky.
Because you seem like a bad person.
Is it because they've only got 1 husky and I've got 3 German shepherds?
I think that's probably why.
Right.
Well, I only had this one guy for me and a dog who's barking versus 6 of them. But I think I'm winning, so they must feel very emasculated.
Right.
Yeah, you are pretty good at fighting.
Okay, I'm building a settler. I assume you've already started yours, Spiff.
I have not started mine, but I have got a settler already.
You have got one?
Yeah, I've already built a settler.
How did you get one already?
Well, you've already played one game, Lewis, so I'm not giving you any hints and tips.
How did you get one already? You've got to tell me this.
Well, here's the thing, Lewis. We're playing on online speed, which means gold is a really good purchasing power. So I just spent 100
buy
gold.
one?
Yeah, I just spent 100 gold to buy a settler. Buying a settler
100 gold?
doesn't decrease population, by the way.
I have befriended Carol
I've
Supe.
only got 45 gold.
Hooray.
I got 100 gold from just running around and grabbing goodie huts. That's what it's all about.
Oh.
Grab those goodie huts.
Well played.
Alright. I've only found 2 goodie huts. One gave me food, and the other one did something random.
I only found 1. Yeah.
Yeah, food goodie huts aren't the most useful, unfortunately.
But food is king.
By the way, settlers themselves have combat strength, so they're not actually that vulnerable. They're pretty solid units.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Charge them with the women and children.
So you're playing as Harriet Tubman of the Romans.
Yes, famous Roman leader Harriet Tubman.
I am the Queen of War.
Wow.
Yeah, you're kind of like sciencey lady, if I remember correctly.
I don't know. I just like her name.
She has an alter ego. One is like super militaristic, and the other is like super friendship. Ally me, please, best friendy.
You would like me when I'm angry.
To be fair, I think Riffian's guy is also friendship focused.
I'm Ben Franklin. I'm a guy who likes inventions. That's what
you're
I
very
am.
science focused, I think, Ben
Yes,
Franklin.
I decided to go. It's the classic, right? Like,
So
if
you
you
can
don't know
click
what to
on
do in
your-
these games, go science.
Click
So-
on your picture in the top right and you can see what your guide, remind yourself of what your guide does.
Yes.
It's quite
Yeah, little
complicated,
game.
actually. There's quite a lot going on.
Benjamin Franklin, leader of the Mayans. Yes. Yeah, I've got science per age on production buildings. I've got extra production towards production buildings. And more science per age from endeavors, which I don't know what they are yet.
They
We'll
are
get to it.
political. They are diplomatic actions. So when you send like a friend request to be like, hey, I want to give you, I want to spend some influence, and we should have like open borders. Well, bam, that's an endeavor.
Well, bam. How close do you have to be to the coast to be able to build coastal stuff?
You can be on a navigable river or on coast.
Spiff, you already took the fertility rights pantheon.
No, I didn't take fertility rights.
Oh, who else took fertility?
It'll be one of the AI.
Oh god.
Because they're on another continent, okay? They're playing their own game out there.
I just assumed it was you.
No.
I assumed you were screwing me over immediately.
No, I chose the other very strong pantheon.
So when I am sitting down, okay, time to like expand my city. What should I be looking for? Like, am I going like, oh, I definitely need mines, or like, oh, I should pick up more farms? Like anything in particular that is super valuable?
Generally speaking, if you have a lot of trees around you, then I would try and pick up a bunch of foresters and build a saw pit, and then build some wanders. If you have a bunch of like rivers, then try maybe go for something a bit more tall and a bit more food focused. But the main thing to just pick up are just the resources around your city. Grab all of them that you can, because even if you don't use them in your own capital city, you'll use them in your other cities when you expand.
I see. Okay.
And food is generally less important in your capital, because you can build towns, and then your towns, when they grow up enough, can send food to your capital.
Okay.
So yes, the towns thing is basically you don't settle a new city, you settle a town.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you settle a new city, which I guess I'm going to have to do in a minute, if I can figure out where to do it, it settles a town instead, and they basically it's almost like they're a puppeted city-state or something, because they only generate gold for you instead of anything.
Right.
And you could spend that gold buying buildings in that town and grow it, and it's a little bit cheaper than it would normally be, I think, to do that as well. I think I should probably go to settle down here. Let's go and do that.
Choose celebration.
Food celebration. I will celebrate with a Kit Kat Chunky.
God, I haven't had a Kit Kat Chunky in some time.
Well, I want one now that we're talking about it. So.
Big thank you to Kit Kat Corporation for sponsoring today's video.
Well, there you go. We need to have a little break, but we are going to carry on this series. In the meantime, if you want to check out Civ VII, there is a link in the description. It's coming out on the 11th of February. We are very excited for the full release and can't wait to play many more hours of this. So stay tuned and see you all next time.